Okay, just slightly past the midnight. I'm looking at a constellation to the um, east of the um, Orion Nebula. Orion. Uh, it is probably Monoceros or can be uh, Hydra or yeah, it can be Hydra or uh, part of the Leo. Whatever I want to say is that this is the max vision 24 degrees 80 it's 24 millimeter 80 degrees, and when I look through this to a star system which is composed of several tens of stars, a star field with one red star with a tiny companion beside it, the image, the stars at the center, when I bring them to focus at the edge, they develop a kind of coma. And when I bring those comas into focus, which actually means that it's not a coma, they come to focus, is astigmatism, I think. This means that this one, which is at the center, will be out of focus. So this is with this max vision 24 millimeter 80 degrees one. And now this is the AMP HDC 13 millimeter 100 degrees eyepiece. With this one, when I bring the center of the focus, all the stars within the field of view all go in the focus. Every single star in the field will be in focus. That is an achievement. I was not a little bit happy with this because during the day when I was videoing, I showed you the fruits. I was adding to the end here. I was looking at the trees and some fruits, red fruits, because they have a color, they just show. And I was a bit unhappy that I could see some, yellow-orange color around the edge. And I was thinking, what's this? Well, probably it is because of the positioning of the camera. That's what I was thinking. But when I now look through this, I see that in the night sky, actually, you can see that there is no deformation of the image. And the image everywhere comes at the focus at the same time. The only nagging is that this is a rubber eye cup and it absorbs all the dirt. Anyway, so this eyepiece, everything perfect comes into focus. I'm gonna get the 20 millimeter of this because I can see with that max vision the whole field of view nicely. This, of course, I see the whole field of view, but magnification is a bit higher. So this is 30 millimeter, that's 24 millimeter, almost 10 millimeter shorter in the focal length. So I may get the 20 millimeter of this also. And so far so good. I'm really impressed with this. The image quality is really good. And this is the Celestron 30 millimeter Ultima series fully multi-coated. And I always was thinking this is a Plusle. And I was suspicious with that this is not a Plusle because the field of view is much, much larger than this field of view of this mid Super Plusle 40 millimeter. And what is amazing about it, this is very narrow field of view. I'm saying this has a very narrow field of view. Well, what is more impressive is that this eyepiece has a field of view probably around 70 degrees. That's my judgment of the field of view. It's very easy to look through. At the same time, I'm telling you, this has a very flat field, almost like this APM 100 degree eyepiece. What I mean by that is that when I bring the star at the margin of the view, into focus, all the stars across the field, including center, will come at the same time into focus. This is good quality. I'm telling you, this is a good quality. And I'm really impressed by that. This tiny eyepiece. I think this is the Ultima series that is related to the XL Ultima. That has such a lovely view. And with the added bonus that it is very lightweight. So, Celestron 30mm Ultima series, fully multi-coated. If I see another one of these, I will get another one if I can find it. Just for the binary viewing experience. This is really good eyepiece. And this is the Super Plus, Meet Super Plus 40mm eyepiece. On its own is a superb eyepiece. Everything in focus across the field. The only difference is that field of view is around 40, 45, probably 50. Hardly 50, I don't think it's 50. And that is a very good one, but the field of view compared to this is really low. This must be around 70 degrees. Comparing with what I have as a 80 degrees eyepiece, 82 degrees eyepiece, that must be 70. And this is a superb eyepiece. I'm telling you, this Meet Super Plus 40mm eyepiece is really good. It's a very good eyepiece. However, the field of view compared to this is narrow. You immediately notice that when you're looking through this. So, let me take a few pictures. And the field of view, nothing comparable to this. This is a massive eyepiece, but lightweight, relatively lightweight. I have a suspicion it may have some plastic components in it. Not non-optical parts, no. The optical parts, the glass one, some of it maybe inside it is made of plastic. Nothing bad about it, is good. And yeah, this was really good eyepiece before this. Now I realize this has astigmatism at the edge. You bring the edge into focus, or is it astigmatism? Should I call it? I don't know. What it is that you bring the edge into focus. The center is out of focus. When you bring the center into focus, the edge is out of focus. So you choose the name. Field curvature. I don't know what it can be. Is a massive eyepiece. Is around 600 grams. Heavier than the APM. So if I want to categorize this and this tiny Ultima Celestron, for me is in the same field, same league I should say. The quality of this and this is good, this is good, this is good, brilliant, but that problem with the center in focus, edge out of focus, and edge out in focus, center out of focus. And this is really superb, Plusle, but with the narrowest field of view. So which one I prefer? This is really good. Probably I prefer this one. This is really good. I prefer a bit larger, lower magnification, so I may get the 20mm of it, but optically perfect. This is good. This is good, but with that problem. This is good, but very narrow field of view. All of them are good, but to this category, I prefer this one, this one, this one, this one, for the just studying of the star fields. If it was a different object or planetary nebula or planets, I would probably go first for this, and then for this, then for this. Definitely this is good for the planetary objects and narrower higher magnification. But I will definitely get the 20 millimeter also next time. Oh, by the way, the telescope is the Skywatcher ED80, and focal length is 600. So the f ratio is around 6.7, I think, or 7 something, 7. Yeah, 7.5. It's not very fast, it's not very slow, it's somewhere middle. This is a Pro series also, gold. Okay, to end in this comparison in a good footnote, I brought this Max Vision 68 degrees 40 millimeter giant pineapple, massive, 1.5 kilo, 1.300 grams, no, 1.3 kilograms, and this doesn't have the problem of that 82 degrees 24 millimeter Max Vision. Field of view in the center and edge, same quality, same sharp focus. People have compared it to the Panoptic, Teleview Panoptic 41 millimeter. I think this is good. Good comparison, good eyepiece. In anybody's book, that is a good eyepiece. The only thing you can say about the Panoptic over this is that Panoptic has this conical eye cup, so easier to look through. But that is perfect. Okay, I have now, as you can see, this is a repaired focuser, and it's night time. And I put the heaviest eyepiece that I have is a Max Vision 68 degrees 40 millimeter. This is around 1,300 grams and close to 3 pounds. It's heaviest eyepiece that I have. Perfect. Look, is holding it. This friction of this roller is enough to hold this in its place. Previously I could not use this at all. I never thought about that. Now with the remedy that I've done on this DIY correction of the plate, which is holding this to this, I can easily reach focus. Not just that, I can move the focus easily without any problem. It will hold the focus, no slippage, no slippery thing, no loose. Perfect. And this is the Skywatcher that I was using. I was showing you that I'm repairing it. I had now the chance to compare the Celestron 30mm Ultima series with the Skywatcher 70mm XL Ultima. This is equal to the Celestron XL. Sorry, this is the Skywatcher 70mm SWA, which is equal to Celestron 70mm XL Ultima. So I'm allowed to compare this with this Celestron. Both of them are practically the same Celestron. That one and the XL Ultima. And this can be compared with this. The field of view of this is definitely 70 degrees. With this one is slightly narrower, so I put it at around 62 degrees, 62 to 65 degrees field of view. Which one is more comfortable to use? I think this is more comfortable to use, lightweight, and eye position is really easy with this. This one has a very nice field of view, of course, but the focal length of them is different. So 30 millimeter against 70 millimeter, so magnification is different. And eye cup is huge. This is a more convenient eye cup. And yet, which one I prefer for wider field of view? I prefer this one. After all said, of course, sometimes I use a field of view instead of the focal length. Forgive me for that. This is a different class. It's so convenient to use. Corner to corner, crisp. Of course, I'm observing from the indoors, and this is the double glazed window. And it reduces some of the light, absorbs some of the light. But anyway, for comparison, I'm telling all of these comparisons was done from the same situation, same condition. This is a different class. This is really good. Although it is 13 millimeter, higher magnification. The field of view is so convenient. That's exactly what I want to say, as it is an immersive experience. It's like looking through a portal. With the, for example, with this puzzle is like looking through a keyhole. It's voyeurism, kind of. With this one, you're looking through a window. This is your home, and you're looking through a window. And that's the difference between this. It's beautiful. I like this. Now I'm looking to Siberia airfoil 50 millimeter. It's really wide angle. The field of view is around 55 to 60. The stars are sharp for almost 90% of the field of view, 85 to 90. But the only difference is that because it has a wider patch of the sky, the contrast is less, so you practically see more of the sky and see more of the whiter, lighter background of the sky. So the contrast is reduced in this. But the view is superb, it's really good. It's not as dark as it should be with the lower magnification ones. So I'm impressed. I like this. It's really good as a finder eyepiece, and I enjoy looking with this. Contrast is less. The background of the sky is brighter in this. So if you suffer from light pollution, a little bit lower magnification will be better. Okay, I was looking through this Butter Hyperion 21 millimeter. Really good. I'm impressed. And I switched to this one. Butter Hyperion is about 68 degrees. And I switched to this one, APM 13 millimeter, 100 degrees. When I did it, it was a strange feeling. Suddenly, I felt lost, kind of dizzy, as if, or in a way I can say, scared, or was in the middle of the space, or was in the space, surrounded, and then the stars were there shining. Amazing. It's scary. It's, I think this is the ultimate experience. Available by the Eyepiece. You may go to cinema and have similar feelings or 3D. But with the Eyepiece, seeing the real stars, that was a strange experience. Never had such a thing with any Eyepiece.